And we are live. Yes, we are. And this evening we have here, this is me right here. And this evening we have the great, the one and only, directly from Cincelejo, Colombia, donde hacen arepitas con huevo.
Mote de queso.
The great Justo Almario. Yeah, Justo. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure, Otmaro. My pleasure.
Beautiful. So let's start playing, and then we'll do the talk. Okay?
Beautiful.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. You want to count it?
1, 2, 1,
Wow.
Wow!
Qué sabroso. You know, it's so good to play like this. Right?
Wow! This room is nice, man. Beautiful room you have over here, Otmaro. Thank you so much.
It's your room too. You know, your family, and
Thank you.
And now that we can, you know, start talking, and
You know, I really want to thank you for inviting me and giving me this honor, you know,
oh man,
to be with you and to share also with the friends that are watching, you know, because, you know, we have a lot of friends that are probably connected,
yes,
watching
yes.
us. And so I really want to thank all of you for
Yes.
your friendship
Yeah.
through the years, you know, some friends and some family that are watching from different parts, you know, of,
Different
here in America and also
parts.
South America, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
that they're watching. So this is a great opportunity, you know, just to do some music and talk informally about our lives.
Muitos amigos no Brasil.
No Brasil, sim.
Também.
Sim. Bem-vindo, bem-vindo, rapazinhos.
Bem-vindos ao nosso live.
Sí.
Live. Sí,
Yeah,
señor. Yeah. It's such a great pleasure, Justo. You know, I would like to first of all acknowledge the fact that you are perhaps one of the first persons that I met when I arrived in LA.
Yes, I remember that.
It's been 32 years. If you can,
Wow.
if you can imagine, if you can believe it. I came. Actually, I came in '87.
Yeah.
'87, and
You know, that's something so beautiful, and friendship, it just keeps growing. You know, that's something that we have among musicians.
Yeah.
I believe, you know, that we meet, we get to be playing different gigs or performances together,
yes.
and then we go our ways, and separate.
Yeah.
But we always have that friendship.
Of course,
that always comes, you know.
And that's the
delightful.
That's the beautiful thing, and I think you can agree with me that sometimes in different context, you know, cultural context, friendships acquire a different angle, you know. But like sometimes friendship here can be taken as work acquaintances, you know. Sometimes friendship is conditioned by the fact that either you work or not work together. But in our cultures, you know, friends are friends whether you work together or not. You are forever doomed.
That's
you are
right.
doomed.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
found me and I found you, and that's it. You know, whether
And the beautiful thing about it is that we keep growing in what we do with our art. You know what I mean? Because that's something that we have is a commitment to do our instruments and to do our instruments on a daily basis, and to keep growing and to keep learning new things. That we are. It's a daily and a life commitment. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
but that brings me to the first opening question that I ask everybody, because in part I want we know all kinds of musicians that have reacted to this situation in so many different ways, and I want everyone to know that whatever reaction is okay. I mean, we are humans. We can, you know, sometimes we go into different dark places in our mind, or sometimes we can keep positive. So I mean, and it's okay. I mean, we have to figure out, you know, this is something that nobody was expecting, this pandemic lockdown. So the first question I asked everybody is, how did you deal with it when you found out that this is going to be a long wait? At the beginning, it was like, oh, it's only 1 month, and then when we realized, wow, this is going to take a lot longer.
That's right, though. That's right. It was something to ponder and to be in touch with what's happening with the city, with the other people, and with the what's going on. But at the same time, Otmaro, I have to tell you that in the spite of all these things, staying home and doing things, like a point for me is to be grateful, because 9 months have passed already, and here we are.
We are still breathing on our own.
We are, we are breathing, we are alive, we're playing music. Yeah. And one of the things about instruments that, since we have our instruments, I have my saxophone and I have my other doubles, that I get a chance to play every day, and I want to do that, you know what I mean? So now, that way it keeps me a little bit out of thinking only about the thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it makes me satisfied in a way that, well, I need to, take this time to practice, and that's what I do anyhow, that's what I do,
Exactly.
So
that's a double sword thing, situation where with us musicians, we realize that we can be happy with so little, right? We only need our instrument and a little bit of time, and we are okay with it, And now we have all the time in the world.
All the time in the world, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What I mean.
But this is something that shouldn't get to the ears of the people with money that deal with the music business, because then they take advantage of that,
Yeah, but something what's happening is that when we are on the road, and like you and myself, we spend many years on the road traveling all over the world, right? And when we travel, man, we work hard, because we go one night here, then take a bus and go to the next venue, and so on and so on, and we keep going, you know what I mean? So in those times, there's not really time to get with your instruments.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, wow, we're here, there. And then you come home and you have to do this and the other one. But now that we have this time, it's been a time.
It's amazing some musicians, I know some musicians that really got depressed with this whole thing, and they actually stopped playing because they don't see any purpose in playing. I mean, their point is that, well, I've always practiced towards something, towards a gig, but now there's no gig, so they don't feel like practicing. They feel defeated, and that's okay. We have to acknowledge, we have to go through that process.
That's a process that people go through. That's good.
But it is incredible that what you say, that when we are doing what we do in regular life, whether it's touring or teaching or studio work, we never have time to practice. So it's pretty scary to know the ones that are really proactive and practicing right now, the amount of stuff that is gonna come out of this pandemic.
Exactly.
The amount of tunes stuff, and compositions and people playing other stuff,
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you something about that actually. When I was born in Cincelejo, Colombia, which that town at that time was very rural. We didn't have no electricity. We didn't have no running water. So the main entertainment for people was musicians playing live. So the bands would come and play, And since I was a little kid, like 2 years, I fell in love with those bands, man. I just wanted to be listening to those bands like that, you know what I mean? And then we would go someplace to hear them play, and people would do some dances because, the music from over there is for dancing music, so, and people were dancing like that. But I was on the stage looking at the musicians. I wasn't looking at the dancers. I was like that, listening, and those bands, they had, there was no singers because there was no mics or anything, So it was clarinet, trumpet, trombone, bombardino, which is an instrument like euphonium, euphonium, a tuba, and then there was a guy playing the snare drums, another guy playing the cymbals, and another guy playing the bass drums, bass drum, snare drum, and cymbal. That was it, man. And the sing, and they were like playing and man having a great time improvising, and I just was, like watching them. So since that moment, man, I've been so in love. Which, when you think about it, is maybe a little weird because some of the kids were calling me to go play with them, like soccer and things like that.
Social life.
But I was like,
highly compromised.
So enthralled with the guys, you know what I mean? It's amazing, man. It's amazing. Oh man.
Yeah, life as a musician, but you felt the call early on.
Early on. I really did, man.
Incredible. Since you mentioned, Cincelejo. I left the title down. I'm sorry. Since you mentioned that, here in Los Angeles, I mean, there's everybody comes here, and there's so many piano players in this town, and there's so many amazing drummers and amazing. So we're always working with everybody, right? And one of the things that when you come from our countries, musicians are just a few ones. So for us, it's kind of like a shock to. Sometimes we feel like we're sheltered with someone, and then you realize that wow, it's okay to try. I mean, the more alliances you make, the better you get, right?
That's right.
But the one thing I can say, and I tell you this from my heart, is that we've worked on and off doing different stuff. But I feel so privileged to have been with you. The time that you actually went to perform in your hometown of Cincelejo.
That's right. I remember.
Many years ago. And it was, I remember the road trip.
Yeah.
As it was yesterday, because my family is also from the province in Venezuela, so Los Llanos, right?
Yeah.
The countryside, the cowboy lands, right?
Yeah.
So I remember we stopped to buy some arepitas.
Yeah.
In the middle of the road, and that was such a special time. But when you arrive to your town, the love, the way they showered you with this love and appreciation, and they were so proud of having you as the favorite son of the town, and they gave you this this recognition. That was so beautiful.
Yeah.
So I feel very privileged to be in there.
You know what I remember about that trip, Otmaro, is that when we went to play, you were playing the electric piano. Remember that?
Yes.
And the place was packed. It was like a club, a country club or something, and the place was packed. Everybody, everybody from Cincelejo was there at that concert. So all of a sudden, you didn't have the cable or something. It was happening with the cable.
There was a cable that was
that was missing. So I don't know. This guy, he went up a tree. He took a branch, he brought it to you, and the piano worked. I don't know what they did.
That is Latin America in a nutshell, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that is so Latin American. I remember this guy produced an audio cable. He made an audio cable. I don't know where he got the materials. He went on a tree and then stripped like a piece of cable.
That's right.
And had oh my God, and that
and the same work. We had the concert. It was beautiful. Amazing,
man. That's so funny. But it's so good to know that you kept. I mean, I've been the same.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I thought, okay, it's gonna be a 1 month. This is gonna be great because I've never had 1 month just to practice. Mm-hmm. And then, wow, we realized this is going to be longer than that. So I went through a little phase in which I got a little pessimistic. But then, when you start seeing the possibilities, it's like, well, what is there for us to do? It's like sit down and wait, or just be proactive. And so I started doing this series. I started learning.
Yeah.
How to do a stream. I didn't know how to do any of this. I didn't know how to connect a camera. I didn't know how to run audio, anything.
Yeah.
So, and I know that you have kept doing your online instruction too. So that must have been had you done online instruction before at this scale?
No, not before this pandemic. No, it's been quite a challenge, to learn about that. And but I just want to tell you, Otmaro, that what you do, man, is great. Having this parts to, to talk to different friends and to bring friends, it's great. You're learning a lot of that.
Well,
Now, to tell you a little bit about the instruction thing that I've been doing, like using Zoom, I'm trying to learn that and trying to make it better for students and for me, I'm still working at it, but it's not there yet, but I have to. That's the only way that we can do it right now.
It's the only way, yeah.
The only way right now. So
Yeah.
that's what happened.
And I'm doing this from a very selfish angle because I'm learning a lot from. It's a win-win situation. I invite you.
Yeah.
I ask you questions. I'm learning, and people watching are also learning.
Yeah.
And hopefully, people will appreciate. The value and of course I depend on donations to do this, to keep this thing running, and but I figured that, well, let's do something productive, and let's have fun, let's play. I needed to play. We need to play. It doesn't matter how much you practice.
That's right. You need to play with one another. Yeah.
If not, it's all like in your head.
That's very true. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. What you're doing is is worthy. Otmaro, it's great that you do it, and the more you do it, the better that you get at your technical abilities with the computer
right
and
now,
the sound. And
as we speak, I'm putting like different titles and I'm putting the donations.
That's right. You know what I mean? And then I get a chance to play with you, man. Everybody comes and play with you. What a treat!
I remember one of our little inside jokes. I don't know if you remember this. We have this inside joke with Justo, because sometimes we've been doing gigs that are not what we expected to be musically.
That's true.
And then, one time Justo came to me and said, just to think that I left my mom crying at the airport for me to come to America and conquer the world of jazz, and here we are.
That's true.
So here I am after all these years playing scales. Now I'm like TV host. I'm a host of streaming.
It's like I'm back in Cincelejo. Oh no! Yeah.
Oh my God!
Oh
this
my
is
God.
Too good.
That was good.
Yeah, but we have to make lemonade with whatever comes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Otmaro.
Yeah, we have to just rise up to the occasion. So let's play another tune,
Okay,
and then hopefully we'll find another angle to do this. All right. You want to go straight on it?
You start this one like this.
Beautiful, Justico. Beautiful, beautiful.
South America, no, that was very South American, no?
Yeah.
The groove that you were playing and then the intention of the phrasing that I was doing.
Yeah, I knew that you could come along in that trip with me.
Like we have very common rhythms, like in Venezuela you have the beautiful joropo, and in Colombia we have the bambucos, pasillos,
Pasillos.
That all of them are like in 3/4 or 6/8, you know what I mean?
But también joropo, joropo in Colombia, no?
That's right, in los llanos de Colombia, So we have that commonality when we go, and which is very different than other things that happen, in other countries.
Yeah, many similar rhythms, and they do a little nuance here and there, but it's basically.
But I believe that we have that in Mexico also, with the huapangos.
Yeah.
And if we go to Colombia, what I mean.
Well, different sombrero.
and the handkerchief, what I mean. Going, but that was very exciting to do, I mean.
Yeah, well, historically, I take the opportunity to remind people, historically, Colombia and Venezuela was the same country.
That's right.
And then, there was a series of events. But we share the menu. We share the music and we share the menu.
That's right. Yeah.
The only thing we don't share is el golfo.
That's right.
La Guajira.
But you know something? Let me tell you something, Otmaro. That now that you said the menu and all of those things, when we travel, we travel so many different places, right? And we go, and when we come back, what do we remember from that? What we remember? We remember the music and the food.
And the food, exactly.
Right? Those are the culture, what we bring no matter where we go to Tokyo or Singapore, whatever, or Africa, whatever. When we be back, man, the food, man, that was amazing, man.
Exactly.
Or the music, the way they were playing and singing, dancing and all those things, man. That's what we remember, so.
Yeah. However, I found, for instance, there's so many, United States is a perfect example for that because it's such a big country that you get things, traditional things in one area and not in another. When Colombia and Venezuela were together, it was a vast territory, right? But now that there's two different countries, I realized, the music, there's a common denominator in the music, and there's an area in which we have these commonalities. But then again, la cumbia only happened in Colombia.
Yeah.
And then some people might think because the cumbia was adopted in Peru, it was they call it chicha, right?
Yeah.
And in Mexican cumbia, Tex-Mex, have adopted the cumbia.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until for the first time when I was with you, we went several times to Colombia, but I remember one of the trips that I actually saw for the first time playing cumbia with the traditional instrumentation. Well, el maracón.
Yeah. The llamador. The tambor alegre.
How
the
do
drums.
How do you call the
La gaita?
La gaita, exactly. Yeah. And the same guy that plays the gaita sometimes plays the maracón.
Yeah.
And it's just so incredible to see the groove, but the seed of the idea of what we know as cumbia in popular music.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You know what I mean? What that means and the way they play is everything is very unique. To every country they have their own way of doing their own music.
Yeah.
So it's very very fulfilling to hear that, like when you hear the right people playing the stuff,
Yeah.
with the drums and the thing, man. I went to Bogota to do a concert celebrating, Charlie Mingus, because I was able to play with I was able to advise Charlie Mingus when he was doing the cumbia. He did a cumbia fusion record, you know. Charlie Mingus, I don't know if you heard that. But this year, last year, no, yeah, I think last year or a couple of years, they celebrated 40th year of that album being released. So they invited me to go over there, and they put together a band from people from the Atlantic coast that had all the instruments. They had the gaitas, they had the tambor alegre, el llamador, el bombo. Man, and it was such a wonderful thing, to play that,
Wonderful.
And they had a guy playing also la flauta de millo, which is a thing. The tree is called millo. I don't know how you call that tree over here, but they take a little stick, and they create like a mouthpiece, and it's hollow. So they play. It's amazing, man. You know what I mean? And the thing nowadays is that the guys that were playing, though, they were young guys, and they had managed now to do those instruments in tune. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's a comeback to the roots in most Latin American countries.
Yeah.
In Venezuela, we have that comeback to the traditional music, to the rediscovering all this traditional music, and it's great that new generations are doing that, and are also finding ways of using this in a different context now with jazz or with other in pop music. There's what's the singer Vivas, no? His name that uses vallenato, but in a pop context. Vives.
No, they have different fusions happening. You know what I mean? That are really, really unique. Or what's going on over there? So the instruments now, they make instruments that are in tune. That you can play the gaita in tune, any keys. You know what I mean? They have different, and they have this thing. The flauta de millo also that's playing beautifully in tune, and those guys learning to play it, they learn, and a lot of those guys that play the gaita and the flauta de millo, they're also percussionists. They have to be percussionists. If you are percussionist, then you can play. If you're not a percussionist, because they have to do the maraca at the same time. You know what I mean? So they have to do that. You know what I mean? So
it's such an incredible thing. Every country is their own planet, their own universe. I had the same realization. By the way, guys, I'm trying to do double duty. I usually have my lovely Katina that helps me with this, and she usually reads all the comments and relays the questions. And we're gonna get the questions from you. Whatever questions or comments you have, we're gonna address them at the very end. I'm gonna announce when is the right time for that. But I'm trying to also read from the two monitors right now, and I see there's great Benjamin Topkin. Benjamin Topkin is pianist he's a Brazilian producer pianist. I came to know his work through Monica Salmaso, which is a great singer. He's watching he left a nice comment. I just saw it from the corner of my eye. And then our lovely guy David Romero is saying, there's a lovely song called La Pollera Colorada.
Sí. We love it.
That's La Pollera Colorada for people that play Latin American music is like a satin doll for.
That's right.
For the jazz players, right? And so I had the same wonderful experience finding the original sound and the original ensemble for Dominican merengue when I went to Dominican Republic the first time, because we know merengue already super produced with all the saxes and the big band and the whole battery of percussion. But when you see it in its original format, it's unbelievable. But the bass is played by the marimbula, right? They have a marimbula instead of the bass. It's just like unbelievable. Amazing. It's really, and it's still the groove and the sabrosura is there.
You know something, because those rhythms were made to tell the news of the people. You know, they were at that time. You know, the musicians they had the purpose. It was to go from town to town, and they were like what we hear on the news today. You know, they will go to town, and they will sing a song telling you what happened in the town that they just left. You know, someone died, or someone was born, or someone said this and someone said that, and what's happening. So those were the songs, and that's what all cumbias and everything that started like that. You know, with those typical instruments, because there were no instruments. You know, they made their own instruments with trees and things and drums, and they started to tell the stories. It
was like
what's happening.
Like the music telegram.
The music telegram, exactly. That's what it was, you know. And then it developed into what we know today, you know.
Yeah. By the way, the name of the artist, of the pop artist, is Carlos Vives. I know it was Vives, but I didn't remember the name. Carlos Vives, of course, is a pop artist that uses all these Colombian rhythms in his mix. But talking about what we just did, right? Because I'm sure, well, this is so much that we can unpack talking about the different cultures. But what do you think is, where do you draw from when you're playing? You know, like this is something that I do when I play a waltz. If I'm in a situation where I can have it my way. If it is you know, some gigs you cannot do that. But if it is a situation that is open, and sometimes I would bring that waltz towards my territory. You know, I was tempted to do it, but today is not about me. But I wanted to, because you did this, you can do this so masterfully, you know, and that's why I kind of like took you there. Where do you draw when you're playing a jazz waltz and then you turn it into
the South American
into
thing.
the South American thing? What changes in your delivery, in your phrasing, or what kind of style are you trying to connect with in your brain?
Well, it has to do with the phrasing, you know, and the tonguing is a little more exaggerated, you know. You know, all those things change, you know what I mean, and then also the figures, where the figures fall
and
in
start.
the rhythm, you know what I mean? Yeah, because you can do but you know, all those things, you know, that are not common in what all the things that we play. So that brings it to. But you know, I tell you something, Almaro, that when we playing, no matter when, because I found myself playing with different people, you know, like when I'm playing a solo, I sometimes go over there. I guess naturally I go there, you know, even when the thing is going bang, you know what I mean, like a jazz scene, you know, but I'm going there, you know what I mean, with my phrasing and stuff like that, you know.
You actually superimpose the two concepts.
Superimpose it to the thing, and it
works,
and it works nice, you know. Some people tell me, Justo, man, the way you play, man, that's different. Yeah? You have your own thing happening, you know what I mean? And what I have is the Cincelejo vibe.
Exactly.
That's the Cincelejo vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To do all those things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but usually jazz waltz is played. There's a more like emphasis in the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah. But in our Latin American cultures, we have the syncopation. We rap at the and then you have all these figures that overlap and the rhythm loops, you know, that overlap.
And the bass is not playing so much the downbeat, but it's going pop, ping, 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 pong,
it's
ping,
against the law to play the downbeat. It's against the law. Yeah, that's right. So when I do that, for instance, in a waltz, if I have it my way, then I feel tempted to take it to the one territory that I feel comfortable, which is, I don't know if you have this. I think in Colombia you don't have this, the 5/8, right?
No.
Yeah, because that's it's called the merengue caraqueño, which is
So
it's a
yeah.
It's almost it's like
Yes, five.
It's,
No?
yeah, it's five, but it's like a six. It's like a rush six because it came from the 6. It came from that's our Latin American thing. But the guys started rushing the last
Right.
two 8 notes. So and it became a 5.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel tempted to do it,
Yeah.
but I know that depending on not now. I know you would follow me to the moon if we need, but I need to be careful who I
Of
play
course.
that because it can be a potential train wreck. You know?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be if the people are not in that vein. You know what I mean? But what I think is that all the styles, all the style and everything, it belongs to the people. No, it belongs to all,
everybody.
And all what we need to do is learn about the caraqueño. You know what I mean? We need to learn that. That how you do that. How to or how you do the Brazilian
choro
forró,
xoche y todo eso.
Forró, he has a different connotation of the phrasing, man.
Yeah.
I went to play a forró, with some guys, and I had to be thinking because it wasn't like on the beat, it wasn't no, it was rigo, you know what I mean? It was, so
knowing all these little nuances, stylistic nuances. I mean, for me, I had the wonderful opportunity to have last week to have Joe Rotondi here.
Wow, beautiful,
and
beautiful.
It was an opportunity for me to express my deep admiration that I have for him. I mean, everybody loves that guy. First of all, but the admiration that I feel for this guy is just true and is being marinated for many years, right? But the one thing that I told him is that was a big lesson. As soon as I arrived to LA, that was the big lesson. Everybody told me, guess who plays all the Latin gigs in LA? Joe Rotondi. He's an American, blonde, blue eyes.
Yeah, that's right.
And he plays it with as much swing
like
as
a Cuban, like
anybody.
Man.
So what you say, the music is for everybody. Everybody that wants to respect it and wants to treat it right.
That's right. Yes. And arrangers too, man. I have met arrangers like in New York, Mari Scherer, famous arranger, what I mean? He arranged a lot of the things for the Fania records, from Celia Cruz, Johnny Pacheco, the Fania All-Star, Mari Scherer, American guy, but knows the swing, the swing, exactly. Man, you know what I mean? Like, wow.
Yeah. Man, let's play another two. There's so much to talk, to talk. But let's play another. Let's play our "God Bless the Child." I love this. This ballad. Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yes, sir. So let's do this. You're gonna find there's a deck of cards there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want it?
No, you're gonna do the magic now. Because I have 52 questions here.
Okay.
So I was thinking, what's the only way the best way I can do to really do them randomly, you know?
Okay.
So we're gonna select. You're gonna mix those cards, and then you're gonna select 3 cards, and then those are gonna be our 3 questions.
Okay. Very good.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Here we go. This is magic from Otmaro Ruiz. 3 cards. Do I show it to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the Ace of Clubs.
Yes.
The Ace of Clubs.
Okay, here we go. Another one.
Okay. Yeah, let's go one by one, and then okay. A question. These are questions that I always wondered how my heroes, my most admired musicians, would react, or if they've been in this kind of situations. These are things from my own experience, right? So, have you ever refused a job because you don't consider yourself the right person for that job?
I haven't considered a job. I have to say yes. Yeah, I have. I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah. I was at the beginning. Many years ago, people were telling me, it's like, you're never going to work if you keep refusing, because there's in LA there's always someone better for that job. That there's so many great musicians.
Yeah, and I consider that I didn't have the right thing to give to the job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I want to do a job, I just want to do the best that I can be. You know? And sometimes I say, man, wow, what am I gonna play? If I'm gonna have to play, the blues like B.B. King, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like straight up, yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Me too. I've been in situations that I truly have to, and then it's like, man, you will never work because there's always, man, this town is great. I mean, there's so many amazing talent.
Different opportunities.
Yeah, so many opportunities.
I mean? Yeah.
So it's and then it makes you grow, because the next time you want to be ready.
And another job that I remember that happened to me. They came a singer from Egypt, a female singer, and they had an orchestra and they want me to play flute. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And the guy called me. I never met the guy. He called me, and I was starting asking questions about the music. I was saying, you know what I mean. And by the way he described the music, he had a lot of changes, you know what I mean, like type of time signatures, you know what I mean. And I said, no, I really.
Well, I should, I wasn't going to talk about this, but I remember a job we took. That's right. We took, and then it sounded like the perfect. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
That's right.
And then we arrived to the rehearsal, and this guy showed up with this music that was written in some like quantum physics.
That's right.
Metrics. And Justo me and what are we gonna do now?
Yeah, things like that. You know what I mean? It's like, wow.
All right, let's pick another
card.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go for Otmaro Ruiz.
That's the Jack of Spades. I cannot.
The Jack of also treble.
Oh, treble or clubs.
Okay.
Jack of clubs. Okay, this is a little more a deeper question. Do you really believe in music special communicational value? Do you really consider it a universal language, a true universal language?
I do. I think I do. I consider music because, like in that case, that job that you talk about, that people from India came to play, And after we did the rehearsal and we got a little bit of the groove, when we did the concert, we were able to hang a little bit, and talk.
A little bit. We were a little bit.
And then when we gone to other countries, that we jam with people from other countries, like play with people from Africa, and truly I didn't speak the language, but, took the horns out and they were playing and I was listening and I was playing. So I do consider the music to be a universal language.
There's a connection. There's a
connection, definitely so.
Yeah, because some people might say that, well, maybe what he's meaning to say is not the same meaning that you think he's saying. Music has different meanings for a Chinese traditional person, like or
sure,
different codes.
Yeah,
the modes, for instance, what is sad for us, for them might be something else. But there's a common thing.
The sound, the sounds. The colors of the sounds, what I mean?
Yeah. Let's pick out our next question.
Okay.
That's the 7 of
hearts.
Of
spades.
Spades.
Yeah,
7 of spades. Okay, this is a little more shallow, but I might ask. We live in what they call Hollywood land, right?
Okay.
When was the last time you were absolutely starstruck, that you saw someone you really admire and you couldn't believe it, and you wanted to say something and you were frozen?
Well, it happened to be with a musician, actually, that I saw Oliver Nelson.
Oh,
the great, what I mean? He's a great saxophone player and great, and I was, younger and all that, so I was like, wow, and I was following, to see if I could hear what he was talking about, or to see if someone would introduce me to, but nobody did.
Nobody did. You didn't talk to him.
Huh?
You didn't talk to him.
No, I wasn't able to talk to him.
Oh,
I was so struck, I mean, wow. I wasn't able,
Yeah.
So, but that happened to me, But of course, we are here in Hollywood, we are. But to be awestruck like that, it was with Oliver Nelson, I have to say,
Yeah.
Really.
Well, because here there's many great musicians that live here too, Kenny Burrell.
Yeah.
But you work with Kenny, so
with Kenny, But with Oliver Nelson, especially because when I was in school in Berkeley, I used to listen a lot to his compositions, because I was interested in composing and arranging for big bands and things like that, and his albums, like sound pieces, that it was amazing, man. I used to spend hours, trying to figure out, the bass clarinets, and then the trombones, and then the brass, it was amazing, so for many years I was working with him, listening to his stuff, and I said, Oliver Nelson.
So much to learn from.
And then I hear his record, Stolen Moments, that album, where he plays a beautiful saxophone tenor solo, on that piece, and I said, wow, it blew me away, So for me, it was like, wow, when I saw him, it went away.
Yeah. Well, here the first few years I was here, I was in constant state of being like starstruck, because I got to see so many people in the street, in the supermarket. And not only, of course, that there's a million movie stars, right? Sure, you see in the streets, but I remember seeing Ivan Lins, for instance. He was doing some stuff there here in, and I couldn't. We were together, like next to each other, for a few hours. I couldn't. I didn't know what to say. But that happened to me really, really, really bad with Gregory Peck.
Oh wow!
We shared the same airplane ride. We flight from New York to LA. We were together next because I was bumped to first class because they overbooked, so they put me in first class.
Wow.
Next to Gregory Peck.
Wow, that was amazing.
And I didn't know what to tell this guy. I mean, it's like, what
That's right. It's like you.
What can you say that he hasn't heard before, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like, wow.
So I remember that at the end of the flight, the guy stood up. He was very tall.
Very tall guy.
Yeah, and he smiled at me, and I said, yeah. And then he left. And then after that, he passed away. I mean, it's like, I wish I could have, say something nice to him, so.
Yeah. But in those times, you get like, you know what I mean? Oh, what am I going to say, especially like in my case with Oliver Nelson, that I spent so much time, listening to the stuff, from working stuff and trying to figure out things and doing assignments based on that, you know what I mean? It's like amazing,
Yeah. One thing that, Alex, our brother, Alex, he told me, if you ever see Joe Zawinul, don't talk about music, because he doesn't like to talk about music. So one time I was like in a situation in which I was in the same table with the guy in a festival, and it's like that was my chance to ask him so many questions. And I kept saying, no, I cannot talk about music, but I don't know anything about boxing, because he loves boxing, right? I didn't know what to say. He's like, well, how about Muhammad Ali? I don't know.
Oh man!
Wow, man! Let's play Simone. That's a new one for me. It's a lovely tune to know.
Yeah, but another great saxophone player, arranger, composer, Frank Foster. He and I actually was able to study with him, and then playing he had a big band in New York, and I played with him, so he wrote so many beautiful compositions. He wrote the very famous one that he recorded with Count Bassett, like doo 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 dip da da dip do dee da dee do re lo dip da da dip bo bi da bi do. Remember that one? No. Yeah, that Count Basie, man. It's like Shiny Stockings called, Shiny Stockings,
I'll check it out. Let's play Simone. Beautiful. Beautiful. So
Otmaro Ruiz.
So much fun.
Bravo.
You know, oh man. You see, you have to visit me every day so we can, so I can get better.
Wow.
Oh man, such a pleasure playing with you again. You know, and I forgot to tell everybody that first of all, let me put here the contact information if you want to. That's Justo's website right there on your screen. You can, you know, reach out to him, and especially if you want to buy his CDs. Especially if you want to buy his CDs, you can reach out to him. And also, well, thank all our friends. I mean, there are people connected from Venezuela. There's people connected from, I see, well, you know, from all over the world. My friend Chris Holder is watching too, great pianist here in Los Angeles, and great supporter. And I want to, of course, remind that the way to make this possible, to keep, you know, bringing people and doing this and making sense out of their generosity and their time, is to please donate. If you like what you're listening, if you feel like you're getting some interesting material that you can, if you're a musician, I'm sure you're getting tons of inspiration from Justo at this very moment, and or getting the curiosity to dive into these South American styles that will definitely give you that edge, that's for sure. And if please continue supporting the series. Not only this series, there's a lot of people doing right now interesting stuff online. So we need you. Musicians have been impacted in the worst of ways, you know, throughout the pandemic. So we need those donations to continue, so I can keep doing this, especially because I cook for them. You know, I'm gonna cook for Justo after this, and you know, and I want to treat them very well. I want to, you know, them to really sip a nice wine and very good ingredients. I'm getting very good. This is the lesson of this pandemic. I'm learning to cook other stuff. I'm learning to cook other stuff. You know? So, and also, any questions, now is the time. If you have any questions for us or for Justo, especially since you have here, you can find me anytime. You know that where to find me. But if you have any question for Justo about what he just plays, we just played, or anything musically related, this is the time. Please write in the comments, and I'm gonna try to read the questions or have them relate some other way. So I'll take the opportunity to not this one, to ask Justo more about what he has in stock for his own musical productions. You know, if you have any new CDs coming, new compositions, new.
Yeah, one of the things that I've been doing during this pandemic, you know, besides playing my horn and things like that, also composing, you know, writing, and that's been coming along. I have a few songs that actually I play. I did a live stream from the world stage last in October, you know, and we played some of those songs, and they came out good, you know. So I'm hoping to, maybe when all this happens, you know, maybe do a recording. And I don't know if I'm gonna do the recording the way, you know, we do in the ask you, Otmaro, please play the piano part over here, and I play my part at home, and maybe Jimmy Brantley plays his part at his home, you know what I mean? If we're gonna do it that way, or I mean, my preference would be to go to the studio and together, right, doing it like that. But
of course, that's the ideal. That's the ideal.
That's the idea. But so far, I've been writing songs and thinking about that, you know. And another project that I have is the
Vallenato en 13x8.
13 octavos. No, but another idea that I have is that the Afro-Colombian group, you know, to record. I have music for that too, you know. So
great project.
So different things are brewing, and in the meantime, I'm keep, you know, my teaching assignment, you know, that I have, you know.
That's great. So that's wonderful. They're very lucky to have you there, and it's such an open program. Very interesting the way they're trying to incorporate the whole global experience into the jazz realm. You know? But you just remind me. I remember when I was in Venezuela, not too long ago. 30 years ago, well, it's not a long time ago.
in the last century.
Last century. I remember when musicians got lazy and they didn't want to, because it was very easy to make money doing commercials and stuff. You know?
Sure.
So we used to joke around. It's like, that guy pretty soon he's gonna record from his house by phone. And the future is here.
That's right.
That's what we do all the time, right? Everybody is like, you know, sometimes I'm recording in pajamas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, the other day I did a recording right from my house, you know what I mean? They sent me the track, and it was with a choir, actually, a small children's choir, you know, and they had a beautiful piece that I play. So they asked me to play, and with my telephone, you know, I recorded myself, and I was playing, and I sent it to them, and now they put it out, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, singing with the kids and everything, you know, so.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, I remember when we did my wife's project. That, by the way, we were so surprised because, you know, we recorded in this little home studio, but it was made with a lot of love and a lot of, you know, we didn't have any expectations, and then it got a nomination for the Grammys, but I remember once it was recorded here, and with
and it sounds
great. We didn't pretend to be like doing anything technologically sophisticated. But
is that the one with a girl from Ipanema?
Yeah.
That sounds beautiful, man.
Yeah, but I remember sometimes we were recording. In the middle of the night, I felt like, let's record. And Katina is like, Mom, but right now it's like already like 10:30, 11. It's like, right now. I mean, there's nobody bothering us. So we would record in the middle of the night, right? And then...
And she did great. Her voice sounds great on that CD. Right?
Yeah, but she was already tired. So at the end of the day, and we are like in our pajamas, it's like ready to go to bed, and she's recording. And then I would say something. Of course, I'm trying to produce, but I'm also her husband. So whatever I say can be used against me in a court of law. So I would say the wrong thing, and then she would go like, okay, that's it. No more. And then in 3 steps, and she would go in bed. She would be in bed, right? So that's how recordings are done now. You know, it's like in the live.
And you recorded the drums. How did you record the drums?
Here.
From where? Here, right in this room?
Yeah, right there in that corner.
Right here, you put the drums here.
Yeah, a small setup, and nice. The bass was in the booth.
Wow. And
the guitar was in the control room.
Wow. It's nice. Yeah. And you have an extra room here too, right?
Yeah. That's for the vocals or for the bass or for the...
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Man.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, you know what? Our friend, Kathy Segal Garcia is reminding me that we are going to do, an online event. Great. It's going to be a lot of fun because it's going to be with Carrie Frank on organ. I'm going to be playing piano and Aaron Serfati on drums. So we're going to be doing this on the 10th. an online streaming concert with Kathy Siegel Garcia. I was gonna post, Kathy. I swear I was gonna post the announcement as soon as I'm done with this. But I still have work. I still have to finish this, and I have to start chopping ingredients. So to feed and to I want Justo to go back home saying, okay, I want to go back to Otmaro's house next time to try the other recipe. So I don't think. Let's see. I don't think we have any questions.
We are finished now, right?
Yeah, so let's play our last song. Well,
Okay.
actually, we've been talking for almost an hour and a half already. So let's play our last tune and then
Okay,
let's eat.
all right.
Okay? That was great. Thank you. Actually, there's a question. Question. They're asking, when will be a Tolu reunion?
Oh, it's impossible. There won't be no Tolu reunion.
It's impossible.
Yeah, no, because we are in a different century. I don't know, we're different.
Now we're Toulouse.
No, yes. No more.
Everybody's Toulouse.
That's right. We have different things happening now. That was then, now it's now.
Yeah, well, yeah, time to move on.
Thank you for the question. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and I want to give special thanks to my all the supporters for this series. Again, we need your generous donations, but also if you want to become an official supporter, go into my Patreon page and you'll make possible not only this series but also the other master classes that I was doing before, that I'm planning on resuming, called Talking Notes. And once a week I'm going to be connecting online and basically be exposed to everybody and play and talk about music or whatever people want to talk about. So that's coming also. And thank you, Justo, for being here.
Thank you,
Otmaro. So much love and appreciation. Give Max a big hug.
Thank you for having me, Otmaro. And I really want to say thanks to everyone that tuned in to see this performance today and this conversation. And I want to tell you that I love you. Thank you for being our friends, and God bless you. Que Dios los bendiga, que siempre los guarde, y muchas gracias por ver esto que hemos hecho hoy, esta música, esta conversación que hemos tenido con Otmaro. Muchísimas gracias por participar. Thank you, everyone.
All right.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye, guys.